Welcome to another explainer from Guardian Lee's Real Scam Stories. Today we're breaking down a scam that is so psychologically terrifying they call it a digital arrest. It's a story about how one single phone call can spiral into a 5-day nightmare and wipe out a lifetime of savings. Let's get right into it.
Those are the words of Anjali, the person at the very center of our story today. And her words really capture the pure psychological horror of a scam that is designed to make you feel so terrified, so helpless, that your brain just shuts down.
And this is what it was all about. Over just 5 days, Anjali was manipulated into handing over her entire life savings. We're talking more than $660,000. A life's work just gone. So how on earth did this happen?
Well, it all kicked off with a phone call. One phone call that would trigger a 5-day-long nightmare. You see, these scams almost always start with a story that sounds just believable enough to send you into an immediate panic. Let's break down how that first crucial conversation went down.
The caller said they were from a courier company, and they told Anjali that a parcel sent in her name to Beijing had been seized by customs. And the reason? It was supposedly filled with illegal drugs. Now, that is the hook. It's a lie so specific and so serious that it's designed to completely bypass your rational brain and just trigger pure, unfiltered fear.
So Anjali was trapped in a scam known as a digital arrest, and here's the playbook. Scammers pretend to be police or some other government official. They force you onto a video call like Skype, and then they completely isolate you from any help. From that moment on, it's just relentless threats designed to get you to hand over your money.
For Anjali, this went on for 5 straight days. Just imagine it. She was kept under 24/7 surveillance on a Skype call. The scammers threatened her with life in prison. They even threatened to harm her son. And under that incredible pressure, they forced her to liquidate every single one of her investments and transfer all of it to them.
So how do these criminals get such total control over someone? Well, it's because they follow a very clear 5-step playbook that's built for maximum psychological manipulation. Let's take a look at the anatomy of this scam.
Okay, so it always starts with the hook, that serious-sounding call Anjali got. Then comes the impersonation, where they pretend to be the police to seem legitimate. But step 3, isolation. This is absolutely crucial. By getting you on that 24/7 video call, they cut you off from friends, family, anyone who might say, hey, wait a minute. Then come the relentless threats to create panic. And finally, they guide you through the transfer of all your money.
And look, Anjali's story, as horrifying as it is not a one-off, not by a long shot. This is a massive, growing problem. To give you some perspective, government data from India shows that in just one recent year, there were 123,000 reported cases of this exact scam. It's a full-blown epidemic. But Anjali's story doesn't just end with the loss. She refused to simply be a victim. Instead, she began this painstaking process of investigating where her money actually went. And in doing so, she started to expose the whole criminal network behind it. And just look at the speed of this operation. Over 2 days, she's forced to transfer the entire $660,000. Within minutes, literally minutes of that money landing in a receiving account, it's gone. It's instantly shattered and funneled into 11 different mule accounts. The goal is to move the money so fast that it becomes impossible to trace.
And when the police finally tracked down those 11 final accounts, they found a ghost network. 8 of them had completely fake addresses. The owners were basically untraceable phantoms. This is the criminal infrastructure that allows these scams to thrive. A whole web of fake accounts waiting to launder stolen money.
This discovery led Anjali to a whole new fight, a battle with the banks. She started asking a very simple and very fair question. How could hundreds of thousands of dollars be drained from her account without a single red flag going up? And right here, you can see the 2 sides of it. Anjali was asking, why didn't these transfers, which were 200 times her normal activity, trigger an alert? Why didn't a premium account manager pick up the phone? But the bank's response was basically a brick wall. They said the transactions were authorized by her, so it was her mistake, not theirs. They claim they followed all the rules.
And unbelievably, the bank's position is actually backed up by a 2017 regulation. In simple terms, it says that if a fraud is considered the customer's mistake, meaning they authorized the payment even if they were threatened into doing it, then they have to bear the full financial loss. The system is designed to place almost all the blame on the victim. And this chart just lays out the devastating results of that system.
After a year of fighting, Anjali has only managed to get back a small fraction of what she lost. The vast majority of her life savings is still gone.
And if you think it can't get any worse, get this, the final cruel twist. Anjali is now being forced to pay capital gains taxes on the very investment she was coerced into selling. She owes taxes on money that was stolen from her. It's just a systemic failure that pours salt in the wound.
So, after hearing this absolutely terrifying story, the most important question is, what can we do? How do we make sure we don't become the next Anjali? Let's go through the key steps you can take to protect yourself.
Okay, first, and this is the most important one. Police, the government, any legitimate agency will never conduct an arrest or an investigation over Skype or WhatsApp. Period. If a caller is creating extreme urgency and making threats, that is a giant red flag. If anyone pressures you to transfer money, hang up immediately. Just end the call. If there's a tiny part of you that's worried it might be real, find the organization's official number yourself. Don't use one the caller gives you, and call them directly to check. And of course, always report any scam call to the police and your bank.
You know, Anjali's story leaves us with a really critical question. In a world where your life savings can vanish in minutes, is it only up to us to protect ourselves? Or do the banks, the institutions that process these transfers, have a bigger responsibility to step in? It's something we all need to think about. Please, stay safe out there.